Good morning. Welcome to Satsang. It's all about the look. If I look to nothing, eventually I also disappears. Nothing ever happens here. If I look at something, everything ever appears. Now, if one doesn't know, who doesn't give a space to its own background, nothing ever happens. When I appear and look at something, when I create, everything ever appears, there is a deep restlessness in searching love, joy, peace, till that search becomes so active that you want to realize what is. Is there anything prior or beyond that? And that's where satsang starts to exist. So actually it is as simple so you just have to see by yourself. It's because we are in everything appears that we speak, we can express that there is something like nothing ever happens. And it's because there is nothing which never happens that the appearance is possible. Where is the difference then? Just in the appearance. Anyway, everybody is that. When I say that, is everything we can express and not express already. Just you have to see it by yourself. To keep quiet. To keep quiet about the search, about it. Otherwise the life is by nature not quiet. So anything you want to hear more, clarify, wants to share, wants to make me speak, welcome. Generally, one searches because he thinks that the object of his search, which is the beyond or something he doesn't know yet, is in a certain way. He has an aspect of it through experience or concept. And that is the trouble. That's the trouble, because if you want to describe whatever exists, you can express only in contradictory, in opposite ways, like paradoxes, you see. So, even if you have a very cherished ideal or experience which makes you believe it's like this, just know that the moment you fix anything, it is in time and it will vanish. So it's not worth to want it in a certain way. We just have to see what it is. What is and is not. I thought it was a real one.
Morning, Ganga.
Good morning.
I just wanted to ask a question. Many years ago, I lived in a community, and sometimes we get into very deep states, and where we would be, there was only 3 of us, but it was like we were completely present in the present,
Yeah.
and life seemed, on some level, normal life seemed ridiculous. So, like in a shop, I'd be paying for something and opening a purse and giving out metal coins to somebody. And I was seeing it like for the first time, and it just seemed so ridiculous. So, what this is what I was doing. And these states would last for like maybe 3 or 4 days. So my question is really, were these kind of glimpses? Because it was like, in a sense, the normal world disappeared, but we were completely and utterly present in the moment. So was that a glimpse of
Nothing ever happened.
nothing ever happened? Yeah. It would come and go, and it was an experience, but it was a very deep state. So I was just curious about.
Well, you call it a state because you have no way to describe, maybe.
Yes. Yeah.
So in that way, of course, I can say it's a glimpse. It's a glimpse means you were not linking yourself with the world of appearance as it looks. So you can say, but you see, it's yourself. This may not have been seen, otherwise, when it looks like it going into the apparent world, it looks like it's gone, isn't it? Because your interpretation was not, or your way to see was not yet full, let's say, fully open to what is, because nothing comes and goes. It's only the appearance which may change, which changes shape, because that itself expresses itself all the time, but in this all the time, it's all the time changing shapes. So when you know that, you will not say, I lost it or it was. You see? So, so your question was if it was a glimpse.
Was it a glimpse?
You made it a glimpse, but it can be just today when you hear all that. It's just what is. It's just what is, and that's never lost. It's just if you, that's what I said in the beginning, if you ever look, then you look, but then you have to admit that it goes on changing. That expresses itself because of its expression, it's in time, so it goes on changing. That's why you see, it has not a particular shape. And of course, when we have not known, nothing ever happens, or when you have not known a world without any object, without even any subject, then you think it's only like that what's real, or what I am in fact. But then you fix a certain aspect of it. Yeah. So now you can be freed of fixing.
Thank you.
Yeah. And that aspect is always available, and that is always there, with shape or no shape. You missed the best. That's why this word Advaita came, I guess. You see, Advaita, it's not two. So it doesn't mean you will have a fixed reality where there is no two. Like in Nothing Ever Happened, there is not even one. Is that the appearance and the non-appearance is not two realities. So here there is no abandonment or detachment of one reality, the appearance. You see, it's just, if you have seen only objects, the world of appearance, as I said, you will be restless. It's the experience of everyone, searching for something more fulfilling always in this life. Now, this is in one aspect of what is. Now, when you see the formlessness aspect, that you call it yourself, the background, I am that, then its own expression or creation will be devoid of that search, of that restlessness. It's fulfilled, it's filled. And there was no abandonment or giving up, not to live in one aspect or on another. It's just not following anymore a cherished experience or idea. Which is dividing. I mean, the indication I just gave, I want really to be clear, is to allow you to see what you are in your formlessness. Otherwise, of course, in its own creation, there will be opinions and cherished experiences. But that realization, know the limits of it from now. The fulfillment is not through fulfilling something, it is through realizing what I try to say. Yeah.
Morning, Ganga. I just wanted to share something what you just expressed, which again, like really resonates. In the previous satsang or one before, you gave a metaphor, like you're on a boat and you may lose yourself in doing things on the boat, but you always know that you're on the boat.
On the water, I
oh,
said.
sorry, you're on the water. I'm sorry. True. It's like this. So I contemplated on that, and something came to mind. Then is that when I used to travel a lot, I sometimes I would wake up in a hotel and it would pitch dark, and it would be a question arose like, "Where am I?" Something new. I wasn't home, but it was like, "Where am I?" And then something said like, "Oh, you're in, let's say, Japan." Like, okay, so. But then I contemplated that. The question was not where am I? Am I on Earth or Venus? You just know. You know you're on Earth, but you just don't know where you are. So I want to say, like, it was so clear that that background is always there, whatever happens or appears. But it's that is always there, and it's again what you said. And I don't know. I just felt to share it because it's so clear. Like it doesn't matter if I lose myself. There's always something that knows. Like okay, maybe you not know where you are now, but you know you're this, or you know you're on Earth. So it was very
nice,
it's liberating.
liberating.
Yeah.
Sure. One can say one is liberated from this strong basic instinct to believe, to fix an experience, a place, an identification. This is liberation, yeah. You can say so. And yet, all that is played upon. So what about your search now?
I can only speak for this moment. It's like
Okay.
good morning.
Good morning.
There is something that is not in time and is not affected by anything, and there is nothing but that.
Mm-hmm.
So there is an I saying that,
Mm-hmm.
and also this I is it's like scared of suffering. So
Yeah, but then it's a contradiction with what you said in the very beginning, telling there is nothing but that. So, so your experience to say there is nothing but that, it's not exactly like that. Otherwise, that question would not come, that fear would not come. And fear can come. Fear can come, but where it happens?
in the movie,
No, in time. There is no now in time. Okay, in time. Yeah? What is time? You can say it's a creation of that. It's that which expresses itself. And as it expresses, time, duality is created, time, space. Anyway, it can be said also in many ways. I mean, you jump from one aspect to another aspect, and you want to apply what is in one aspect where nothing ever happened, or where what you described, it's always there, to its creation, where it's impossible because it goes on changing, there is birth and death there. So what you describe, you want to apply it in its creation. It's not possible. Its creation has its own description, and it is fully all right. Now, when you don't know that it arises because there is also something else, which we call my real self, let's say, or that I cannot speak about, but I know I am it. I forgot the link. You cannot apply what you see when nothing ever happens. You cannot say that when you look at its creation. Everything happens there. So, you cannot avoid to with its creation, because of the creation we speak of what's not created, but then you realize what's not created creates its creation, so you cannot apply laws anywhere. It's okay, you have fear in the creation, of course, then what? Then what?
But one day you said, when you are free, suffering is not gone, but
Same, yeah.
but the fear of suffering is gone.
The fear of suffering. I said that, I can still say that, but if you find it difficult to see, it's a description. Maybe I should say, once you know what's what, you don't try to change it. And if you want to change it, because it's your right also, too much suffering or too much fear is there, work on it. But you know that it is in its own creation. So you cannot apply what your mind expresses when is in its background. When the mind says, here, definitively, nothing ever happened. Even, you can even say, at that time, there is no apparent world. It's not real. But once the world appears, you cannot apply that. But there is a fulfillment in you which removes the search. Because the search was, I want to search what's what. I want to search total joy. But total joy, now you know. In the creation, you cannot experience it all the time. But when you give your moment of total formlessness, it's just here. But you don't even call it this way. I don't know if I describe well. It's known anyway, you cannot describe. But I want to remove, if there is still any idea about it. So now, if you have fear, don't worry. Who are you, in fact? Let's say like that. Who are you when you are not born? Okay, and when you are born, okay, you have fear, sometimes. What is the... And you may work on it or not. That is your personal wish or will. Really. If it doesn't allow you to live properly, then work on it. If your life is quite all right, then keep quiet.
Maybe I'd like this I to disappear. Yeah, maybe I'd like this I
Yeah,
to
sure,
disappear.
of course. Of course, but then give as much moment you like. It's here. But don't think that when your mind, your body is alive still. So it will wake, your body and mind is alive. So it will wake you up. That's why you know, oh, I have been without my eye, I have been that. It's because you are still alive that you know it.
Well, I wouldn't say I've been that. I would say I am that.
Yeah, okay, I am that. But as an obviousness, you will say, I have been, or I am now, or I may be. You know, you cannot solve what you are didn't even solve himself. He expresses himself this way. It's a total perfection of creation, and at the same time is a mess. So, you know, and the self doesn't feel the need to put order there. Who are we then? But that's why you see in Satsang, rather to know how to live and all that, which each one will see by himself, when he realizes that part which makes him search in this life. Once it is seen, everyone will have a way to express what's what and all that, and will live in a certain way which is given to him. So satsang doesn't take care of that part. Satsang takes care to the demand it's asked for about, but who am I in fact? If that question is no more there, don't search anymore. Yeah. Even if you still wonder how come this is possible, even when I have seen, you will always wonder. As a person, one will always live in duality, you see. Now, so in that way there is no enlightened persons. There can be persons having the experience of the background of everything, of I am that, but that person will have experiences of that and experiences of the world and the experiences of that and the experiences of the world as a person. As long as you live. I have a good imagination. Probably there are examples of people as a person who live more that they are not a person, but as long as this exists, they go back to the person. They go to the kitchen and tell you have to cut the carrots this way, for example. But they look like being more a no person. And some it's the opposite. But in fact, what's the difference? No difference. One may inspire more, one may be a symbol more of, but that's all. It doesn't mean anything about the real thing. People can be inspirations for more than others. That, of course, in this life. Yeah. And that you don't choose how to be, how to behave. And I think we have a great example. Some teach like Ramana was, and some teach like Papaji was. One was a detached person in this world, and the other was not. And they were both impeccable masters. So, you know.
But you know, I watched the video of Papaji, and there is a lady. It's a completely mess. The mind is like, and he's there. He's doing nothing at all, and the mind is like, and then after a while, they are not there anymore. Both of them.
Both of them are not there.
Yeah.
And when the video finishes, you mean?
Even before that.
Where were you then? When there was nobody there, it means where you were. Also there. Nobody there.
But you know, when I watched that, it's like, oh my God, I'd like to do that. Like, and my job is nothing to do with that. It's like a mess.
Ah, okay. You would like to teach, or to be a symbol of. After all,
No.
you're a Ganesh. Huh? It's
Yeah.
enough to be a Ganesh, you know. You want to transform Ganesh into
No,
something
no,
else.
no, no. But it's like, it's so beautiful.
It is so beautiful. Who would say the contrary? That's why one is very fulfilled, no?
What is a Ganesha?
Mm.
What is a Ganesha?
Ganesha is the power of beingness, which has the quietness of his own body is like boom, but he has a trunk. He cannot tolerate any obstacle. He's the remover of obstacles. Quite nice. You don't have not to do anything for that.
So the obstacle is I.
The
So then the obstacle
yeah.
is I.
Is I if he takes himself for the only existing thing, yeah. You see, the master, they don't do anything. They just don't do anything. That's why it comes out with the demand. Demand for it. The mind cannot deal with those things. Yeah.
Ganga.
Hello.
First of all, I want to say thank you, because I was not here in Portugal for 1 year. It was not able. And you guided me all the time with the videos. And that helped me very, very much.
Okay.
Thank you very much. And I still don't know, when you say keep quiet, sometimes I'm only quiet, but when the world is loud and I go there and...
Yeah, you cannot keep quiet then.
I
You are just
cannot?
not quiet. Yeah, it doesn't matter. When that is over, where do you go back?
Then there is quietness.
Okay.
But it feels not enough for me. Really, I don't know how
So
to...
you don't keep quiet. When it's not enough, it's because you don't keep quiet. So it's the world.
So I don't have to care of... I want to know
You
if...
just do your things in the world, and when it's over, you keep quiet. In a natural way. Means you are not obliged to be busy and active. Be yourself.
Okay. So I don't have to care about how
You
I
just
am.
have to be vigilant. Once in a while, give space to that, that's all. Don't try to fix things. Once in a while, because you know how precious it is, give space to that. I mean, don't go in your mind for a moment. And live your life. And there in your life, you are free to do what you need or want to do. And it will not be necessarily quiet.
So I don't have to look for quietness in the world, in my daily life. Or
There is natural quietness when you go in the nature or when you love someone and all, but there are moments, you see. You cannot expect more than that, surely.
okay.
So,
Thank you.
my own master said, and I like to repeat it, be vigilant up to your last breath. Don't try to understand it, just do it. And this is, for example, satsang is vigilance. But not only in this way, but I mean, just to show you.
So now I can see that that it was also searching for something in this happening.
Okay, okay. So when you see it, will you go there now?
Maybe I will go there because I forget it, but
Yeah, sure. Okay.
now I can see that it was a strong search
Yeah.
for this quietness in
Yes. Okay.
all this.
Now you are quiet. Your nature is quietness itself. You don't need to try that it expresses in a certain way.
Yes. It's something like I can
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Be it. Just be it. You don't need
Yes.
to know it. You be it. Don't pass through this filter. Be it. Direct. Then you will live the life you have to live, whatever it means. Any clarification needed? Uh, Take your right, if so. Huh? Yeah.
For what? All this searching.
To stop searching. But you can only stop searching when you have seen who you are. Then you may still search in your life, but it will be relative, with relative results. That's all. But it's amazing. I would say that as long as you search, at least this search for who am I in fact, or one doesn't live the life which is meant to be with his birth. It just copies, tries to transform, follows his concepts and so on, desires, wishes and all that. So, the search for who I am is not in time, it's sudden. So, when in time you can, or you're ripe, I don't know what to say, or it is so enough of it that you can take it, don't search. You already are it. Don't search. And it can happen, that realization, let's say like that. Then it's like the bottle you wear is just, there is no more bottle, okay. But when the bottle reappears, it has been shaken, totally. So all the dirt down is up. But you will your life, why you took birth, besides that realization, then it will be the life you have to live. You will not follow a concept or an obligation or something, even if it doesn't look like something. You will live your life till you die. Then it's over. So it's a big gift. It's a big gift to know oneself in a global, total, whatever I cannot describe. So, in order that the surge is really gone, you have to touch the seeker, the searcher. Otherwise, it will be an experience without efficiency. It will be an information only. Yeah. And that nobody can do for you. Nobody. One can point out, but nobody can do for you. Happily, otherwise you depend on somebody. Will you allow this question to come back? You don't reply to me, huh? You reply to yourself. Okay. Thank you very much.